Belum terlihat ya? Mana? Di tempat saya belum terlihat.
Halo Pak Roel. Pak Roel Avila, selamat sore waktu Indonesia.
I'm here.
Oke, thank you.
soprano na.
So, hello everyone, good afternoon. It's already 3 p.m. Jakarta time here. And just for your information, this meeting will be recorded and now it's been live streamed on YouTube. And we're going to share the recording with you later. So we're still waiting for other participants to join the meeting. We will shortly begin our opening ceremony. Feel free to open your microphone and also write on your chat room or chat box. It seems that there are so many participants from so many countries around the globe who have come here. So let me say hi to all the participants from, hello guys, for the all participants from India, you can wave your hand if you don't mind. Hello India, you can open your camera if you don't have any bad connection there. And I would like to say hi to the participant from Philippines. Philippines, are you there? Hi guys. So it seems that Mr. Rolfi Avila from Philippine Normal University has joined us. Hello, Mr. Rolfi Avila.
Hello.
How are you today, sir?
Kabar? Yeah, I'm fine.
Sehat, dokter. Bagaimana kabarnya dok di Filipina? So
Saya
how are you?
baik-baik saja.
Okay. welcome. We are very glad for having you here, sir.
The pleasure is mine. Thanks.
Okay. So we have already a number of participants ready for your presentation today, sir. It seems like participants are from across the globe, at least from Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Pakistan, India, Madagascar, and so many other countries. So, without any further ado, let's start our opening ceremony for today's event. So, hello everyone. Welcome to our event, a 2023 summer course on Indonesian traditional games, brought to you by Master of Literature program Diponegoro University Indonesia, one of the leading public university in Indonesia. As you know, this program has brought together international students and scholars from so many countries around the globe. We thank you for your interest in participating in this event. My name is Punti and I will be the master of ceremony for today's session. Okay, in order to keep today's meeting conducive, there are several rules that we must obey following. The following rules is, okay, let me share the screen about the rules for today's meeting. So the rules is number 1, please change the virtual background with summer course virtual background that already shared in the WhatsApp group. And number 2, write down the username with the format name underscore origin. For example, Punti underscore Indonesia. And number 3, participants must dress politely and behave during the course. Number 4, all the participants must turn off the loudspeaker or microphone during the event, except when they are invited to speak by the host or moderator. Number 5, all the participants are required to fill in the attendance list. The attendance link will be shared in the Zoom chat column. And number 6, participants can ask questions in the chat Zoom column with the format name underscore origin underscore question content, or you can use the feature of raise hand. So, okay, today's program will consist of 3 sessions: an opening remark, a small course overview, and main session from our today's speaker, Mr. Rolvi Avila from Philippines. Before we dive into the next session, I'd like to invite you to listen or to join us singing the national anthem of Indonesia. Here it is. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. And now let's start to our next session, an opening remark by the Dean of Faculty of Humanities, Diponegoro University, Dr. Nur Hayati M. Hum. Dr. Nur Hayati, over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Punti. Yeah. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Your Excellencies, participants of the summer course, and the lecturers of the International Summer Course with the topic of Indonesian traditional games conducted by the Master Program of Literature, Faculty of Humanities, Universitas Diponegoro. Good afternoon from Semarang, Indonesia, and good morning from Europe, Africa, and Australia continents. On behalf of the Faculty of Humanities, Universitas Diponegoro, or Undip, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the International Summer Course 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the third summer course held this year by my faculty. And the first summer course has a topic about linguistic corpus. And then the second one is about the coastal Japanese culture. All the summer courses we hold mainly have a purpose to introduce our institution and the international program to global citizens. So we have a dream to be the world-class faculty in the social humanities subject. That is why the summer courses were held. This is also one of our strategies to be recognized internationally by the global citizens. Indonesian society, especially Japanese society, have many traditional games to educate the young people based on the local values. Therefore, following the summer course, the participants will get the precious knowledge about our local culture, our local value. You will take part in playing the games virtually, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, since being conducted in 2019, the summer course has offered various topics related to the local culture and languages. Many participants from some countries have attended and joined our summer courses. They always give positive response. This encourage us to continue the program with more and more developments. The participants of the summer courses come from all over the world. During the programs, they can get acquaintance with all the participants that have different culture. They can contribute to build a pluralistic society. We want to educate global citizens that can enter a global labor market and act as a part of global community.
Absenza, klase.
This summer course is attended by 19 participants from 7 countries: India, Korea, Morocco, Russia, Philippines, Thailand, and Republic of Chico. So I hope the 90 participants will stay here in this virtual screen, in this virtual summer course, following the summer course until the end of the program. And we hope that they will get new knowledge about the Japanese culture through the traditional games, Indonesian culture through the Indonesian traditional game taught by the lecturers. Ladies and gentlemen, this summer course will not succeed without big effort of the PIC and without the willingness of the lecturers. So in this opportunity, I would like to say thank you for all of the tutors of the summer course. Miss N.T. Puong Lin, M.A. from University of Social Sciences and Humanities, Vietnam National University. Thank you, Miss T. Puong Lin. Mr. Royal V. Avila, PhD from Philippine National University. Thank you very much for joining. Bapak Arido Laksono M. Hum from Universitas Diponegoro. Ibu Dr. Yaning S. Suryaningsih from Universitas Diponegoro. And Ibu Eta Nurul Hadi, PhD from Universitas Diponegoro. Thank you very much for all of the tutors, all of the lecturers in the summer courses. I also would like to say thank you to the PIC, Ibu Dr. Kenvidya Swati and Ibu Laura, and also their team. They have worked hard before and during the summer course. Thank you, Bapak Dr. Suryadi M. Hum, as the head of the Master Program in Literature, Faculty of Humanity, Universitas Diponegoro, who is holding this summer course program. Thank you for all of the participants who are joining the summer course and the participants who will join next. Please enjoy the course and be happy with our interesting programs. I do hope you will share your experience and you will be able to express your experience using a very simple Indonesian language, very simple communication after the summer course, and that you will be inspired by unique teaching and learning environment at the summer course. And I believe that your join here and now will make you open the possibility to returning to the Faculty of Humanities, Universitas Diponegoro, to join us, to pursue a degree, to do a research, or to work here. You should know one thing for sure. You are welcome today and you are welcome back. Thank you very much and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Dr. Nur Hayati, for your warm opening remark. Before going to the next agenda, we invite you to take a picture together. So for all the participants, please open your camera. If you don't have any bad connection, you guys can please open your camera. Okay, you guys please open your camera. We will start with slide 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And next, slide 2. 1, 2, 3. Don't forget to smile, everyone. And then slide 3. 1, 2, 3. And for the last, the slide 4. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much for opening the camera. Okay, next, let's jump to the main session for today's event. Today, you will be introduced to general culture that will be delivered by Mr. Rolvi Avila, PhD, the Associate Professor from Philippine Normal University. So let me hand over you to the moderator, Kevin. Over to you.
Yes. Thank you very much, the Master of Ceremony, Punti. Now, for all the participants, before we begin, please pay attention to upcoming video that we are going to watch very soon. The habits of the people in a society is what makes a culture. Indonesia is a big country and very multicultural, and this video will be the bridge to the presentation that we are going to watch after this. So without further ado, let the video begin.
Society can't be separated from the culture and habits imprescriptible in it. Both are supporting and means of communication, as well as part of social harmony. No exception for Indonesia, with its cultural characteristics. Indonesia has numerous cultures and local wisdom potential, starting from clothing, culinary, and architecture. All lines in society are reflected in the culture they adhere to. Traditional culture in Indonesia is an embryo and evidence of life and civilization. An Indonesian anthropologist, Kuntoro Ningrat, divides culture as a whole system of ideas, actions, and human creations in the context of social life, which belongs to human true learning. Culture is a whole complex that includes belief, knowledge, art, law, morals, customs, and any other capabilities acquired by a person as a member of society.
Kebudayaan itu jangkauannya kan lebih luas, tapi secara spesifik itu kan istilahnya kesenian. Ya, lah keseniannya saja juga banyak. Nah, kesenian itu kan akhirnya kan wadahnya, wahananya kan namanya kebudayaan. Ya, masing-masing daerah tiap daerah punya khas sendiri-sendiri.
Culture and arts in Indonesia are widespread, spanning 17,000 islands with various styles. From mountainous areas to coastal areas, the archipelago has never lacked the local wisdom potential of its people.
Ayo paling sing paku pamanmu wis gelem maju. Yo, Yai tak tompo. Pulau sampun dipun tundung kalian Kakang Prabu Rahwana.
Indonesia has numerous ancestral cultures that are worth preserving. In countless efforts and ways that have been done, unearth back the existing culture, and art can balance the old culture and modern culture ecosystem. All those things started from the beginning and the birth of culture, namely the life of a traditional and uncomplicated society.
Yeah, thank you very much for participating by watching the video. And now, as you can see in the screen, we will soon seeing the CV of our speaker today, Mr. Roel V. Avila. Okay. It is an honor for Diponegoro University for having Mr. Roel Avila as the first speaker that is going to present the presentation. Now, Mr. Roel V. Avila is the faculty regent of Philippine Normal University, and he has very much under his belt the work experience, and he had He was the head of planning, research, and extension from 2006 until 2010. He was the Dean of Academics and Technology and Livelihood Education, starting from 2010 until 2016. He was the Executive Director and Provost, starting from 2020 until 2021, and currently the Faculty Regents of Philippine Normal University Board of Regents, 2022 until right now. The education history of Mr. Raul V. Avila. He was graduated from Philippine Normal University, pursuing his bachelor in elementary education, and he got his Master's of Arts degree from University of Northeastern Philippines. He got his doctorate in educational management from Philippines Normal University and doctorate in social science education from Philippines Normal University. These are some of his achievements. The best student teacher from PNC 1990, the outstanding teacher of Lopez in 2003, and summa cum laude UNEP 2012. He also is the Meritissimus in Oral Revalida achievements in his field. Now for Mr. Roel V. Avila, time is yours.
Terima kasih banyak, Kevin and Punti, for the gracious introduction. May I just say that I graduated or I finished my PhD, my second doctorate degree at Universitas Pendidikan Bandung from 2016 to 2020. That's where I got the concept of nationalism, because the Indonesian people really love their country. And, Filipinos, because of the colonizers, they created the little brown Europeans or little brown Spaniards. And for that, we have great things to do in order to indigenize, our culture. And a part of that is my advocacy of pedagogy of indigenization, and under that is Bagwa. Bagwa is Bagong Diwa. In Indonesia, it's Jiwa Baru, because I believe that many of our colonizers stole our soul, so we have to bring it back. Now, before I say other things, before I delve deeper into the discussion of my slides, I have to greet all of you, particularly the organizers of Mini BIPA. May I share my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, hoping that you could see this. All right, thank you very much. I say to summer course program, Indonesian traditional games from July 24 to 29. We are very busy, but because I love Indonesia, and because my alma mater is there, I can't say no to the invitation. And thank you very much to Ibu Wati Istanti, who has been our connection of Philippine Normal University to other universities in Indonesia. As you see the arrow, the yellow arrow, I will dwell on the traditional games and teaching. Are you familiar with this? Apakah gambar ini mengingatkan Anda ketika Anda masih muda? Does this image remind you when you were young? In the Philippines, we call it Piko, P-I-K-O. But I found out that Indonesia, you call it Taplak Gunung. Taplak Gunung. So my foundation in doing this is the local wisdom, because it is a strong basis of the wide range of activities that sustain societies. in many parts of the world. And Indonesia has witnessed that, how UNESCO has helped Indonesia in the preservation, for example, of Borobudur. Has to be handed down from generation to generation. The word is intergenerationality. Intergenerationality, that is handing down important cultural patterns from the current generation to the future generation. One way of intergenerational bonding is through the traditional games, which face imminent disappearance, according to our researchers. Disappearance because of the emergence of technology. However, modern technology can reproduce and adapt the traditional games to the digital age. I have to read that informs that new generations can understand, especially that today's generation is different. So it could be a combination of face-to-face, also online. Now, statistics shows that 56.66% of Generation Z still play traditional Filipino games, despite their access to online games, while 43.33% prefers to browse and play online, according to Association 2019. In that case, traditional games can still be preserved. We are positive on that. By employing continual engagement in the students' respective houses and by integrating such in the classrooms through ICT so that the new generations can understand. Relative to this, there has to be some ways on how to preserve these indigenous games to suit the characteristics of the new generation. My decision was to engage in extracting the local wisdom in Laro ng Lahi, Pico, as a game-based pedagogical strategy in learning a foreign language. As you know, I teach Bahasa Indonesia to my Filipino students. Indonesians call it Taplak Gunung. So this is the title of my research, Local Wisdom in Pico as a game-based pedagogical strategy in learning a foreign language. The first statement of the problem is what local wisdom can serve as basis in the development of game-based pedagogy. Second, using the structure of Pico, how can it help in learning a new language? Third, what are the words of the respondents based on their experiences in utilizing Pico as a game-based pedagogy? For the methodology, I used the hermeneutic phenomenology, employing the hermeneutic circle or cycle. The author engaged in theorizing, interpreting, and practicing. This is the hermeneutic circle. It illustrates the ways of interpreting and understanding something by moving back and forth from specific to general to specific to general. So practicing is very important. Now, for the essence of experience, step 1, examining narrative descriptions of an experience. Stage 2, identifying common themes. And stage 3, exploring universal expressions of humanness. I also theorized that playing Pico reflects the cultural practice of homesteading. I interpreted that the Pico structure is a representation of homestead tasks. Well, everybody is aware of what the homestead is. That is cleaning or clearing a specific area of the farm not owned by anybody, in order for the government to lend that piece of land to him, and eventually he could possess the land. Then he himself engaged in playing the game and invited his students to experience it. As one important aspect of hermeneutic phenomenology, I encourage my students to express their experiences in playing it by focusing on what is challenging. Second, what is their favorite part? Third, why is that part their favorite? And fourth, what are the points for the improvement of the game? May I inform you likewise that this study used Borg and Gall's R&D, and it was presented to my foreign language students. Besides, this was exposed to international conference hosted by UP on September 10, 2021, but my presentation was a little bit different from that. I developed or I improved this based on that presentation. It was declared Best Action Research by ACERT on December 22, 2021. ACERT is an international organization inviting teachers to engage in research. PICO slides are exposed locally and internationally. It was presented during the PATEP Convention 2023, just this June. PATEP is a local organization organized by high-ranking officials of normal schools and other schools in the Philippines. And today, I am very proud to say that my presentation is presented to Mini Bita of UNDIP 2023. I involved the 100 praise service teachers, and as I read these questions served as the guide. I used descriptive coding using the thematic analysis, and the following are the answers to specific problem number 1. What local wisdom can serve as basis in the development of game-based pedagogy? The answers are many. 1. PICO or Taplak Gunung, like Homestead, has the goal of owning each field. Manohan, that's a Spanish word, it means who will play first. It is anchored on daig ng maagap ang masipag, or the early beat the hardworking. Another is the concept of nauna, who came first. Could be figuratively considered in reference to the ordinal positions of siblings. Yes. And Asians are very much aware of the ordinal position. The use of agreed pamato or pact connotes pamumuhay ng parehas. Not touching the ground is like paggalang sa kalikasan in due consideration of the ecocentrism and the anthropocentrism. Respecting ecology. No stepping on the line may be based on bawal ang walang habas na pagpuputol, no to denudation of forests. But stepping on an occupied field means paggalang sa pribadong ari-arian, respecting private property, and staying in the game is based on matiyagang paghihintay at pagmamasid. Observe patience. As to do that, as a continuation, for specific problem number 1, engaging in a game of life is to be ready for makagulong, to run over, or magulungan, to be run over. For the winner, occupying a field is a reflection of sa marunong magbungkal ang lupa ay ibibigay. A piece of land is given to somebody who knows how to till it. And a winner is figuratively called a balikbayan in the Philippines from a foreign land, say overseas Filipino workers. When they come back, they bring money and they are considered heroes. Bayani, hero. For the loser, the affirmation is kung hindi ukol ay hindi bubukol. If it is not meant to be, it will not happen. Helps him or her to be open-minded, that is, mapagpakumbaba kung panalo, be humble in victory, maunawain kung talo, be gracious in defeat. The agreed PICO motto is PICO or PICON. PICON means minikmati niya ataw kesa. For specific problem number 2, using the structure of PICO, how can it help in learning a new language? You see the diagram, there are 2 arrows. The red arrow refers to translation from Bahasa Inggris to Bahasa Indonesia, and it's active as to the boys. And going down, blue is from Bahasa Indonesia to Bahasa Inggris, passive. There are 9 spaces or boxes. Pico can help in learning a new language by assigning a specific item on the value to each cell. The items vary from word to phrase to sentence, part of speech, and question and answer. In consideration of the two directions, going up is pailaya, going down is paibaba, or transposing sentences from active voice to passive voice and vice versa. Pailaya could be related to the flow of water in the stream. It's upstream, while going down is downstream. So it's from English to Indonesian with focus on SBO sentences, subject, verb, object, using the active voice, while paibaba, downstream, is going down. Indonesian to English with focus on SBO sentences also, using the passive voice. Now, to begin or to start, there is a local wisdom in Manohan. Who will play first? Daig nga maagap ang masipag, being early, best being hardworking. Now, you see the pamato, upak, you call it keping, and it's there to be used by the players. The pak or pamato or the sleeper is placed on the first box, and then since the first box is occupied by a sleeper, so we don't produce a word there, but the word is already in the second step, house. Well, this is very basic, I'm telling you, but we can make the entries more complex and better. House is, of course, Ruma. After that, going up inside the house, di dalam rumah. Di dalam rumah. Next, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and 5 cells, considered 1 because we will be dealing with a sentence. Father built this house. Aya membangun rumah ini. Father, this is about the part of speech, bagian dari pidato. Father is kata benda, and father built this house last year with a little addition to the original sentence. Aya membangun rumah ini tahun lalu. And the roof is about tanya dan jawab, question and answer. Is he your father? So if the question is in English, the answer is in Bahasa Indonesia. Yeah, dia, ayah, saya. And before going down, it will be repeated, but this time the opposite. The opposite. Apakah dia, ayah, saya? The answer must be now in English. Yes, he is my father. Rumah ini dibangun oleh ayah saya tahun lalu. You notice that we are already in the passive voice, and we've got to interpret, interjemahkan. This house was built by my father last year. Aya, noun. You see, kanina ay not noun, but it's father and kata benda. Rumah ini dibangun oleh saya. This house was built by my father. Di dalam rumah, inside the house, until going back to. In order to have mastery, it's necessary to repeat such. Roma house. After finishing that, the player shall position his pack before the start and throw it kung saan pumatak, wherever the pack falls into, it will become the property of the player. Pink. Meramuda's property. So the local wisdom is, sa nagbubungkal ang lupa ay bibigay. Field is owned by the efforts of a worthy owner. You know, in the Philippines, it's a law that if the landowner cannot cultivate the landowner is not worthy to possess the land. The land is given only to those who can till the land. That's according to the Department of Agrarian Reform. Local wisdom, give others a chance. Next player's turn. That's why pink player will not play for the second time, but will place herself or himself in the last in order to give way to the other players. And after playing, maybe this could be the appearance of the Pico structure with all the players owning specific boxes. Life is a wheel for blue because he got only one piece, but the rest have two. Life is a wheel, makagulong o magulungan, loser remains friendly. And mapagpakumbaba kung panalo, maunawain kung talo. Be gracious in defeat, be humble in victory. Now, for specific problem number 3, what are the words of the respondents based on their experiences in utilizing PICO as a game-based pedagogy? So translation and flow of the game sum up all given challenges. Respondents' favorite part of the game depends on what level they are in, and their suggestions include constant updating or evolving of the game, of its structure, and of its contents in order to improve this game-based pedagogy. It develops 21st century skills. My students told me that playing PICO improved their communication by using the language, studying about the language, creativity, the strategies on how to win, critical thinking, local wisdom, thinking of the metaphors, collaboration, team spirit, teamwork. Together, everybody achieve more work, teamwork. So kita bisa lakukan ini, guru-guru dan mahasiswa. I can use these teachers and students not only in foreign language, but it could also be used in science, in mathematics, and in other subjects. Are you now familiar with the PICO structure? Then you are no longer a stranger in our community. You are already one of us because we are all residents of the same place. And for those who love to study the Malay culture, then they will be embraced and welcomed by those who reside in the area. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much. Terima kasih banyak. I can now entertain your questions. Thank you. I will stop my sharing and go back to the virtual class. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much for the great presentation, Mr. Rowell. From that, we can conclude that games that being played by kids have a positive influences for their life to give a lesson for them in a homestead activity. In a very fast world we live in, news travels so fast in a milliseconds. What happened in Russia, for example, is going to be known in India real time. And in a fast world like this, we have to give positive influence to kids, whether by pushing traditional games or adapting traditional games to modern device. Kids will learn from simple things, and the simple things is game. So we have to keep those game as a device of positive influence to help new generation to build their characters. Like, as you said, communication, creativity, critical thinking, and collaboration. So, Mr. Rowell, before we go to the Q&A session, I have a personal question. The first is, you said, sir, that modern technology can reproduce and adapt traditional game. So, sir, could you introduce us to modern technology that you talk about? The modern technology version of traditional game, maybe from your country, Philippines?
Yeah. I don't have to go far. You know, playing optical pedagogy uses online, sir.
Okay.
It's not face-to-face. It's online. I developed this during the pandemic. And in order for the children not to forget the indigenous games, at least something has to remind them that this is an Indonesian traditional game, this is a Filipino traditional game, and they need to continue. And I emphasized on intergenerationality. So that's my related literature in saying so, because what I developed is utilizing modern technology online.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. The next is, you said that you based on your time in Bandung, could you please compare Filipinos' culture to Indonesian culture, sir?
I I like to do that, sir. I noticed that in Indonesia, there is no stray dogs. There is no stray dogs, no anjing. And I appreciate that because I hate dogs. And I only saw some cats. And I did not see any Indonesian being drunk. As you
Okay.
know, the Filipinos are fond of partying,
All right.
karaoke singing, and I think I appreciate that culture of Indonesia
Yeah.
by paying attention to spirituality instead of partying.
Okay. Maybe I could add some more, sir. That you said Indonesian have very much spirituality and we are not drinking, but it is in Indonesian, maybe the majority of Indonesian, but in our part like Nusa Tenggara Timur, the eastern Nusa Tenggara, there are some cultures like that, partying and singing. And also in Maluku, in Ambon, we have that too. So maybe that. Thank you very much for answering my question, sir. So I will give this time, the Q&A session, to the participant. So if the participant have a question for Mr. Ruel, you could raise your hand or maybe drop in the chat box. Okay. Sir, this is from Tekrach Nepal, Tekrach_Nepal. He said that it is an interesting presentation. Thank you for the insightful lecture. Would you please share strategic aspect of player in Pico game? What a sort of strategy that can be helpful to win a game? Hello, Mr. Rowell. Can you hear me, sir? Okay, guys, this is the Q&A session. So if either any of you that have any question, you can raise your hand and I can let you to turn your camera and you can speak directly to Mr. Rowell, or you may drop what the question is in the chat box below. Any participant from India or maybe Philippines that want to share your country's games or traditional games like this? Hello, everyone. Okay, hello, Chitra. Do you have any question? This is the Q&A session for some of you that may be first to join here. Maybe Chitra? Okay, I will pick one of you and maybe you can turn on the camera. Oh, Yegor Morgunov, can you hear me? Yegor Margunov. Hello, Yegor. Can you please turn on the camera and your microphone? Okay, maybe our friends from Philippines. Christiane JV. Can you hear me, Christiane? Hello, Christiane JV. Hello.
Can I ask one question?
Okay,
This
yeah,
is this is Dr. Shuchi from India,
yes.
CCS University.
What is your
Okay.
question, Suchi?
Pardon?
You are going to have a question or something
Yeah,
like that?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there any intercontinental or inter countries relationship between all these games, such as you mentioned Pittu, that is called in India, Pittu 4 and Pautika. I don't know what is called in local language. So, is there any intercultural relationship between India and these your country?
Okay, Pika. So if that your question, maybe I'm gonna ask this to Mr. Roel. Mr. Roel is not connected.
It seems that Mr. Rao have several trouble in technical trouble, Kevin. So
Okay.
maybe we want to give some chance for anyone here to give for share about their cultural tradition games, maybe.
Intercultural relationship between India and Indonesia. Between these games.
Okay, Suchi. It seems that Mr. Raviela is not here, but thank you for the question.
Pavel from Russia, can you hear my voice?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Pavel. Pavel, since you're from Russia, it's very far away. Maybe you can share something that some games from your country that is like traditional game, like the topic that being discussed here.
Mm, uh, mm, mm, I think there is one game that's called Городки. Yes, where you should destroy a tower which made from little wood sticks with a big stick, and I think it is very interesting game. And I think I like it.
Okay, it's okay. Pavel, it's very interesting that you mention games like that. If I may ask you, maybe from that game, what is the positive influence that you think give kids like you to play? If there is any, what
The
is it?
positive influence is
Okay, Mr. Royal.
the indirect teaching of local wisdom, which I call intergenerationality. We pass on to our children the value of appreciating traditional or indigenous games, because the game reflects the past of the country whose citizens played that game. And there are several ways. There are several indigenous games also that reflect the other different cultural patterns. And because we want the continuation of our cultural patterns, then that's one springboard, stepping stone for us to engage in teaching of the new generation. We call it apprentice system.
Okay, okay. Mr. Roll, there is one question from Techcrutch_Nepal here. He said that it is an interesting presentation by you, sir. Thank you for an insightful lecture. Would you please share strategic aspect of player in Pico game and what sort of strategy that can be helpful to win the game? Thank you, sir.
It's choppy here, but somehow I was able to capture your sentences. There are several strategies which can be employed. One is becoming good in Manuhan so that you would play first. There is always the advantage of being first. Instead of being hardworking, if you are first, then you're already in the field. That's the local wisdom of the old Malayans. Going to their field, working very early in the morning before sunrise, instead of staying late, say on the middle of the day, which is very hot, and it will affect the outputs of the farmers. That's one. Another is being prepared. Being prepared. If you know the answers, if you know the translations, then you can win. So hard work pays a lot. If a player knows very little, I don't know if the player would win. That's the best strategy. Sir, you've got to turn on your microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Okay. Someone said that they found the similarity between the game from Philippines and from India. So she said that if is there any intercontinental relation to this game?
Of course. Filipinos have many Sanskrit words, and we were affected by the various, what do you call that, kingdoms.
Okay. Yeah.
During that time, during the rule of the Hindus. And I think the Philippines was no exception to that. That's why in our language, there are several Hindu words like hari, ahi or ahas, snake, polar, and many more. That's why, but I think that's similarity or resemblance is lesser than the similarity between the Philippines and Indonesia. because Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia are directly from Malayo-Polynesia. We
Yeah.
just borrowed the words from Sanskrit, from the Hindus. But some of our practices, like wedding, we observe the practices of the Hindus, like the use of veil and many more.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Like you said earlier, the first one will win the game. In Malay, we call it ayam yang bangun pagi, itu dia
Ayam
mendapatkan
yang
cacing.
bangun pagi.
Iya, yang bangun lebih pagi itu yang dapat cacing. Maybe like that, sir. Okay.
That's a good term.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, maybe the Q&A session is over. So Punti, coming right back at you. Thank you very much, sir, for the
Thank you very much. Also,
thank
it's
you for
my privilege.
the presentation.
Thank you so much, thank you so much, Kevin and Mr. Rolvi Avila for the presentation and the discussion session. And after this, I would like to inform you about the task that you guys have to send to us. And for your information, for all the participants of this event, in the last day on Saturday, 29 July, you guys will be divided into several classes, and in every class, the participants have to make a small presentation in order to share your knowledge related to the courses that have been delivered and share about your country's traditional culture as well. And what because in every class you will be accompanied by our lecturer. So guys, please don't forget to prepare your presentation for this last day. And also for your information, all the participants of this event, please make a reaction video or testimonial video about the summer course program with 1 minute maximum duration. You guys can save your video in Google Drive and send it to our WhatsApp group before Thursday, 27 July. Okay. And maybe, Kevin, there is more you can. Okay, we already shared the link of attendance link here in the chat room. You can click the attendance link and fill it for all the participants. You guys can please fill the attendance link. And also attention for Philippine students, please kindly fill this form that we've been shared in the chat room. Please kindly fill this form to upload your ID and transcript. Thank you so much. So, okay, guys, thank you so much for your participation on the first day session of summer course. So,
Society can't be separated from the culture and habits imprescriptible in it. Both are supporting and means of communication, as well as part of social harmony. No exception for Indonesia, with its cultural characteristics. Indonesia has numerous cultures and local wisdom potential, starting from clothing, culinary, and architecture. All lines in society are reflected in the culture they adhere to. Traditional culture in Indonesia is an embryo and evidence of life and civilization. An Indonesian anthropologist, Kuntoro Ningrat, defines culture as a whole system of ideas, actions, and human creations in the context of social life, which belongs to human true learning. Culture is a whole complex that includes belief, knowledge, art, law, morals, customs, and any other capabilities acquired by a person as a member of society.
Kebudayaan itu jangkauannya kan lebih luas, tapi secara spesifik itu kan istilahnya kesenian. Ya, lah keseniannya saja juga banyak. Nah, kesenian itu kan akhirnya kan wadahnya, wahananya kan namanya kebudayaan. Ya, masing-masing daerah tiap daerah punya khas sendiri-sendiri.
Culture and arts in Indonesia are widespread, spanning 17,000 islands with various styles. From mountainous areas to coastal areas, the archipelago has never lacked the local wisdom potential of its people.
Ayo paling sing paku pamanmu wis gelem maju. Yo. Yai tak tompo. Pulau sampun dipun tundung kalian Kakang Prabu Rahwana.
Indonesia has numerous ancestral cultures that are worth preserving. In countless efforts and ways that have been done, unearth back the existing culture, and art can balance the old culture and modern culture ecosystem. All those things started from the beginning and the birth of culture, namely the life of a traditional and uncomplicated society.
Pak Royal, if you're still there, can you hear me?
Are you calling
Yeah.
me?
Yes, please.
Ibu?
I'm Etta. So
Yeah.
I just found a video on YouTube, and I would like to share. This is the use of this game to teach for education, for pedagogical purpose as well. Can I show the video to the audience and to you, and probably you can then.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Could you go to minute 3?
Do you call it tapak gunung or taplak
Yes,
gunung?
right. Tapak gunung. Actually, it's tapak
Tapak.
gunung, not taplak, because taplak is table cover.
Table cover, yeah. I
Yeah,
thought it's
but
table
tapak
cover.
is like steps.
A step, yes. We have the Tagalog word tapak. means to step on.
Could you unmute the voice of the yeah, so this is there's no sound. Can you share the sound as well? So as you can see here, Pak Royal, I think this is the same game that you're talking about.
Yes.
And here we can see that this is like a material for education, physical education in elementary school, and the teacher here is explaining how to play the game and how to take turn, and also similar to your concept. So in different boxes here, it's written the word aku. So because this is for elementary school student, then the player who plays the game and throw the coin or whatever it is on that box, so he or she needs to read the word. So this is kali.
Sekali.
Right. So,
Sekali. Ayo ikuti bersama di rumah.
and this
Olahraga.
Olahraga, sport.
Ya, ketika pindah gacuan anak-anak harus
And
menjawab
also,
yang ada di dalam.
so it's being used to learn reading,
satu berapa?
but also math as well.
Dua.
1 plus 1 equals 2.
Ayo
2 plus
dijawab.
3 equals 5.
Tambah 3 berapa? Ya, betul. 5. Pinter ya anak-anak ya.
So instead of using it virtually, so this is the real game being played
Tambah 2.
for
Ya,
educational
9.
purposes.
Seperti itu. Nah, kita bermain sambil belajar.
It's like playing game while learning. And this is how to play the game.
Anak-anak perhatikan sikap tubuh anak-anak ya. Ketika bermain harus tetap tegak dan sesuai dengan aturan agar tubuh anak-anak tidak cedera.
Yeah, so maybe you can give comment to this that is actually can be played in real life and using as pedagogical tool.
That is a nice video. The difference is that it can be played face to face.
Right.
Yeah, my
Instead of
study
being-
is online.
Exactly.
Such a nice video.
Insya Allah kita akan bisa bermain dengan aman.
So maybe since you have ideas for online game using this tapak gunung, so do you have any other ideas Giving for the when we play the game in real life for students?
I want to go outside the tapak gunung. In the presentation I made to contributing to Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia Cibiru campus, I included to begin. To begin is what's that in English? Tag and similar to that, which I saw played by the children in one of your videos now today. And for me, I interpreted that as like, Filipinos going abroad with, TNT, that is, they don't have permits and they keep on hiding, and the policemen are the ones catching them. So they have to run in order to go back to reach their destination. Another one is we call it I forgot the term of Indonesia, but it's about two camps, and I saw your video with children playing two camps with the flag and chasing one another, depending on when you detached from your group mates.
Right.
Yeah. So I interpreted that as a good material for debate. For debate, because in the Philippines we have the Council of Elders who will be judging, the players.
I see.
Yeah, that's one. included is this tapak gunung.
Right. So maybe we can ask other participants from different countries. Maybe they have similar game like what we just saw in the video and also like what you created online. Pak Royal, maybe other participants from other countries have similar games. Or maybe other thoughts about how to use this game, Tapak Gunung, for pedagogical purpose. Oh yeah, Chitra. I think I see Chitra raise her hand. Please.
Hi, this is Chitra from India, and I came to know about this Pico. And in India, in Tamil Nadu region, we call it as like Nondi. The same type, we play the same game. Nowadays, it is played by the children also, and they're also the kids, they also have played it. And even in elementary schools, they use for education, for learning the letters like that. The same way, but it is a traditional game where all the children they used to play with kids. And nowadays also the kids they play when the free time, the holidays they used to play, and sometimes it's used for learning purpose also in the elementary schools, like for LL and the alphabet, where the piece goes and lands, where the coin lands, they have to tell the letters and go and take it like that, the same way. But little bit different type of squares. It will be like 8, 10, it will be parallel one. 2 sides, we have to go and come back like that. The same time. It's in Tamil Nadu, we used to play that game. It's also the traditional one. Nowadays, it is like nobody plays much, so they have incorporated in the schools also, in elementary schools, in state levels, they are bringing it back for the kids to learn.
Right. Yeah, thank you, Chitra, for sharing.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for asking my question.
Yeah, so I think I believe that we have similar games, probably different names or slightly different, but I think
the name is different. The names are different according to the state. With their local name, it differs, but the game type is the similar one. And always learning the alphabet, we have to move and tell them, do the gestures like clapping or laughing, or learn that, tell the numbers or letters. Which are the letters we have to, the teachers are telling, we have to go to that letter and like that. Nowadays, it is becoming modern, and the incorporation is just coming into the education. So it is very easy for the kids to learn in the elementary and nursery level.
Right. So I think modern technology and this is post-pandemic. So I think we can start to ask children to play outside and play real games in this instead of just online game.
Yeah. Instead of being in the online always, you can just jump, and there are some physical activities for them also in this, like jumping, running, and learning. Others are always, nowadays it is like everybody is with the cell phone or tablet, and they are just watching it or games, online games. If you are incorporating this in education, when the teachers teach it, they come home and ask the parents also to do that, and they want to do it at home also. They are getting interested, even studying, they are getting interested in studying or learning the language or the numbers. They are getting educated. They are more interested in studying also instead of playing games in the phone.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Chitra. I would like to hear from other participants. Maybe Faniri from Madagascar. Would you like to say something? Or Diajeng from Korea? So, or other participants, just share your experience. Faniri, are you there? Or Diajeng? Or maybe others? Or maybe Pak Royal, would you like to add something more about how to encourage children. Nowadays, I mean, my cousins, they are busy with their tablets, their cell phone, playing games, instead of they are playing together in the same room, 4 children, but each is using their own gadget. So that's not right, I think.
Yeah. But I noticed that if the children would always play their gadgets, there will come a time, excuse me, when they will be going outside and play physically, because their bodies would ask for that. Now, as to the PICO pedagogy, can be played hybrid, hybrid, online and also face-to-face, depending on the creativity of the teacher.
Right. So, yeah, maybe let's talk again, back again, how to encourage children not only to play online using their gadget, but also to play outside, or probably combining, as Pa Royal just said, combining using gadget and doing real physical activities. Any thought from the audience?
Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Eka Farmasia Hadi PhD. Okay, next I would like to introduce you to the traditional Indonesian song from Java, Gundul Gundul Pacul. The title is Gundul Gundul Pacul. This song intends to give advice to Aragon leaders. Gembelengan in this song is mean arrogant. So let's check this video that I would like to share. Okay, that's Gundul Gundul Pacul from Central Java. So, any of you want to sing it with me? Gundul Gundul Pacul Gembelengan Nyunggi Nyunggi Wakul Gembelengan. Okay, I would like to choose one of them to sing it with me. So, Vaniri from Madagascar, maybe you can open your camera and sing it with me. Gundul-gundul pacul gembelengan. What's your impression about this song, Vaniri? Maybe Vaniri. Hello, are you there? Or maybe Targa from Philippines. Targa? Can you hear me? Can you hear my voice, Targa? Okay, so let's move to Asma Sayed from India. Asma, can you hear my voice? What's your impression about this song, this Indonesian traditional song, Gundul-gundul pacul gembelengan? So, if any one of you don't want to sing it with me, so I will sing it with Kevin. Okay, Kevin?
Okay.
Are you ready, Kevin?
I'm always ready.
Okay. Maybe the operator can play the music so we can. Ready, Kevin?
want to say something. Like anything.
Thank you, Punti.
Wow, such a good conversation with Kevin. Thank you so much, Kevin, for your participation.
Okay.
What do you guys think about this song, guys? Open your mic. You can also sing with us again if you want to. So, okay. The time is 4:39 p.m. So I would like to inform you that the task for the last day is Tuesday, 29 July, because you guys will be divided into several classes, and in every class, the participant have to make a small presentation in order to share your knowledge related to the courses that have been delivered. And also you can, okay, and you can also share about your country's traditional culture as well in your presentation. And what in occurs in every class, you will be accompanied by our lecturer. So guys, please don't forget to prepare your presentation for the last day. And we will inform you also that the certificate will be issued to the participant that complete the task and can attend all the full session of the summer course. So don't skip the session in this summer course. So you will get the certificate. And also for all the participants of this event, please make a reaction video of testimonial video about the summer course program with 1 minute maximum duration. You guys can save your video in Google Drive and send it to our WhatsApp group before Thursday, 27 July. So that's it. Maybe that's all. Okay. Also, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Royal for the participation on this session. Thank you so much for you guys, and see you on the next session. Bye-bye. Thank you so much, guys.
Anu aja diulangi lagi aja. Masih ada pengomong.
Aku yang makasih, Mas.
Okay. Well, I just would like to remind that tomorrow we are going to have the second session on summer course program here that will start at 3 p.m. right? Indonesian time. And now we have to close the session. Thank you very much, everyone. I will see you tomorrow then.
Terima kasih banyak.